Enjoy this illustrated explainer video about guide dogs for the blind.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some are furry and walk on 4 legs.
A yellow lab guide dog in harness.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they want to live and to move through the world safely and confidently. Which is why we match people who are blind or visually impaired living in the US or Canada with exceptional guide dogs at no cost to them.
A person with a guide dog.
We even help with veterinary bills and ongoing essential support. We create these life-changing partnerships entirely through private donations and with the help of thousands of volunteers. And of course, with our incredible dogs.
A group of people with dogs.
Our dogs are guide dogs at the DNA level. We breed them specifically to do this work.
2 dogs and a DNA helix.
At 3 days old, our dogs start spending time with volunteers called puppy socializers.
A person with a newborn puppy.
Being a puppy socializer isn't just a dream job. It's how we help our puppies get comfortable being around humans.
A volunteer interacts with puppies.
At 8 to 10 weeks, puppies go live with volunteer puppy raisers.
A puppy raiser receives a puppy.
These volunteers dedicate a year of their lives to get these dogs ready for more advanced training.
The dog matures.
When the dogs come back to the school, our world-class staff teach them the complex skills required to become successful guide dogs.
2 GDB instructors train dogs.
After about 12 weeks of training, a dog is matched with their person.
A person hugs a guide dog.
This matching process is part art and part science, and always quite remarkable. Our clients and dogs undergo 2 weeks of personalized training together and begin to form a magical and lasting bond.
A person and guide dog in caps and gowns.
After graduating, clients return home with their guide dogs, empowered to enjoy their lives with greater mobility, independence, and inclusion.
3 scenes of people with their guide dogs at home, work, and play.
None of this would be possible without the generosity of our extended community of volunteers and donors.
A group of people and dogs.
To learn more about supporting our life-changing mission, visit us online.
GDB logo and URLs. GuideDogs.com and GDBinternational.ca.
Enjoy a peek into Guide Dogs for the Blind's Puppy Center, where 2 yellow lab puppies romp in an indoor play area full of colorful structures and a variety of toys.
Meet Kylie. She happens to be blind. That may seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how awkward people can be around her.
Kylie waits at a bus stop with her guide dog. A woman looks at her quizzically. Question marks appear over the woman's head.
So here are some tips to keep us all moving through the world safely and confidently. Always speak directly to a person with a visual impairment, not their guide dog. Remember, that dog has a job to do.
Good morning.
Hello.
Would you like directions to an open seat?
Sure.
There's 2 rows back on your left.
Thanks.
Kylie gets on the bus with her guide dog and sits across from a woman and child.
Oh, Mom, don't pet that dog. It's working.
Now at the office.
At our office, Kylie's colleagues make sure to introduce themselves when they enter the room and to let her know when they leave.
Sarah stands in the doorway of Kylie's office.
Hi, Kylie. It's Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Did you see the latest episode of Bachelorette on Mars?
I can't believe Abe got put in the spaceship. I thought for sure it would be Lenny.
Thought bubble with a bachelor on a spaceship.
Same.
Are we still on for a shopping trip over lunch?
Yep. I'll see you then. Bye.
Speak directly to people with visual impairments rather than speaking to their friend, their guide dog, or anyone else. And be specific when providing directions.
A boutique storefront. Sales associate with Sarah and Kylie.
Hello, how can I help you?
Actually, it's my friend Kylie who needs help.
And what is she looking for?
She is looking for jeans.
Oh, they're over there. I mean, just ahead of you a few steps. Boyfriend jeans are on the left and mom jeans are on the right.
A restaurant.
Kylie's looking forward to a date with her boyfriend, James.
Kylie, James, and guide dog wait to be seated.
Sorry, no animals allowed in the restaurant.
Actually, guide dogs are allowed anywhere the general public is allowed.
Oh, right this way then.
Kylie and James sit at a table with the dog chilling on the floor like a good doggo.
Hey, Kylie, do you want me to read the menu to you?
Sure. Thank you.
James and Kylie with their food.
This smells amazing.
Should I describe where things are?
Yes, please.
There's spicy chicken curry and rice at the top of your plate and braised greens at the bottom. Your wine is above the plate to the right.
So good.
Kylie gives a romantic smile to James. Spinach in her teeth.
Honey, you have spinach in your teeth.
Thanks so much for letting me know.
Let's let Kylie and James enjoy their dinner. For more information and helpful tips, visit guidedogs.com.
All right, folks. I'm Laura Peabody Park, Guide Dogs for the Blind's Director of Information Technology, and it is my pleasure to welcome you today and thank you for joining in our celebration, both in person and virtually. We're live streaming today from the Guide Dogs for the Blind California campus. And whether you're enjoying this celebration in person or virtually via the live stream, whether it's your first, your second, your 50th graduation, we want to welcome you, and we're so glad you're here with us today. Today, we're going to be celebrating 2 new breeder dogs and their custodians, and 4 new guide dogs teams. And we're also going to applaud the generosity of all those who have helped make today happen. So I'd like to start by thanking our puppy raisers. Thank you for preparing these special dogs for their roles. We literally could not fulfill our mission without you. You put your heart and your soul into each and every dog, and it shows. And we look forward to hearing from some of you today. And to our donors, thank you for helping us provide a lifetime of support for our alums at no cost to them. We don't receive any government funding, so we are always very thankful for your support. A special thank you to the Dr. Scholl Foundation of Northbrook, Illinois, for its guide dog team sponsorship of Rachel Schroeder and Bilbo. To Edward and Grace Ehrman for their sponsorship of the harness for Delshawn Davis with Nassau. And to Lillian Tremaroli for her generous sponsorship of a harness for each class throughout 2025. We'd also like to thank our volunteers and employees. Thank you for all you do to support our mission, whether you help by working with our dogs, in administration, or directly with our clients. We are so grateful for all that you do. And a special thank you to our board members, many of whom are with us today. Thank you for the leadership and expertise you bring to our mission. We want to share a short video about our mission with you next. This video is audio described, so you'll hear the narrator's voice as well as a second voice that's going to be describing the scenes in the video. And you'll also see captions up on the screen. All of these inclusive features ensure that everyone can access and enjoy the video, so please do.
At Guide Dogs for the Blind, we believe that everyone deserves to move through the world safely and confidently, to live the life they want to live.
A man and his guide dog walk through a park.
Our life-changing programs meet people who are blind or visually impaired wherever they are along their journey, whether that's by matching individuals with highly qualified guide dogs, providing guide dog readiness skills in our orientation and mobility immersion program.
A man holds a white cane and smiles broadly.
Or pairing youth and adults with the companionship of a canine buddy.
A young girl cuddles with her canine buddy.
Together, we are GDB.
My name is Renee Carrasco. My dog's name is Snoopy.
Renee sits in front of a fireplace.
So the reason that I wanted to get a guide dog was because I came across some videos from Guide Dogs for the Blind, and that was my introduction to guide dog travel.
Renee and Snoopy walk along a city sidewalk and cross a street at an intersection.
What I saw was the ease of travel, the speed that the guide dog handler would move with. That's what I wanted for myself. And not only that, but it was also the companionship.
Renee and Snoopy play with a tug toy outside in the yard.
Working with Snoopy has changed my life dramatically because there's so much freedom that comes along with having a guide dog. It's made the hard parts of blindness not so hard.
Renee sits next to Snoopy and gives him a pat on the chest.
I feel like my outlook on life and the world is so much more positive having Snoopy in my life.
My name is Amit Ahuja and my guide dog's name is Tashi.
I had the opportunity to complete Guide Dogs for the Blind's Orientation and Mobility Immersion Program.
Amit stands on a path with his white cane.
And not only did it help me learn to navigate my environment more safely using a white cane, it also made me an even more confident guide dog handler.
My experience was just fabulous.
Amit and his O&M instructor analyze an intersection and cross a city street.
We trained in different locations, practiced different skills, worked out a way to analyze a traffic crossing. I think GDB has transformed my life. To say that it's meeting my needs would be an understatement.
My name is Ella, and this is my canine buddy, Lafferty.
Ella sits on the floor of a living room next to a black lab.
Lafferty is just so amazing in many ways. He's such a good boy. He brings me so much joy and is one of my best friends.
With kids with visual impairments,
Ella's mom, Christy McKerney.
The struggle is real for social contact. It's hard to make friends sometimes. And with Lafferty, he's an automatic draw for all kids, which is wonderful. Lafferty has totally opened up, for Ella, new social connections.
Back to Ella.
I would recommend canine buddies. They're just really good dogs, and they can change a person's life and make it better.
All of Guide Dogs for the Blind services are provided free of charge, and our work is made possible by the generous support of our donors and volunteers.
Renee sits next to Snoopy on the grass in the park.
We receive no government funding.
This organization has made such a huge impact on my life and the lives of so many countless people, and the donors are the ones that make that possible.
Close-up of Snoopy.
Thank you so much.
Ella and Lafferty.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Amit and his guide dog Tashi sit on a beach and watch the sunset.
Together, we are unstoppable. To learn more about our life-changing programs and to support our work, please visit guidedogs.com or scan the QR code.
All right, and next we're going to bring up Lauren Holtz, our breeding manager, to present our new breeders.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're so happy to have you all here to celebrate our graduates. I get the distinct honor of introducing you to two of our new breeding dogs who have joined our breeding program. Here at Guide Dogs for the Blind, we breed purpose-bred Labradors, Golden Retrievers, and Lab Golden Crosses that are specifically selected for their excellent temperament, intelligence, and health for our Guide Dog and Canine Buddy programs. Once a dog is added to the breeding program, it is placed in a carefully screened, loving custodial home within 50 miles of our campus here in San Rafael. So today we have 2 breeders that are graduating, and I want to extend on behalf of the breeding department, the CWN, so our Canine Welfare Neonatal team, our vet team, and all of us here at Guide Dogs, a sincere thank you to the communities that raised our beautiful new breeders, and the community of our breeder custodians who will continue that custodianship for the career of the dog. So I would first like to bring up Armida. She is a female yellow Labrador Retriever raised by Miriam and Annie Ballard of Mesa, Arizona, as well as Brittany and Lily Lueck of Gilbert, Arizona, who couldn't be with us today, and Armida's new breeder custodian, Iris Klein. Her husband couldn't be here, Randy, but it's a full family affair with the Kleins. So thank you guys for being here. Would you like to say a few words?
This is so fun for our family to be here and have this full circle moment to see, those that have their working guides and see those that have their dogs that have graduated. What an honor to be a part of this. We started puppy raising about 5 years ago when my kids begged for a pet. And I said, no, we're not ready for a pet. However, Miriam's dad, he, as a child, raised guide dogs, had 4 in his family. And so that seed was planted very early on, and we thought we could consider that. And what a blessing it has been for our family to be able to raise now 2 puppies. And I think we must be very good at raising breeders, because this is now our 2nd dog that has been selected as a breeder. So thank you very much, and we are just thrilled to have her continue this process and be able to bless so many lives.
Hi, I'm Miriam. I had the honor of raising Armida for most of her time, I guess. And I was talking to Lauren here. She brought up a really great point. Guide Dogs has given me so many opportunities, not only to teach and to train a dog, but also to learn something for myself. It's brought so many different new experiences and so many different social aspects into my life, and I've learned so much just from having some good guide dogs with me and being a part of this club. And so it's truly an honor. So I want to thank Guide Dogs for the Blind and everyone that helped me get here. So.
And just a small note, Armida went to high school with Miriam, so she's been very, very socialized.
Thank you. I'm Iris. I'm Armida's breeder custodian. My husband Randy and my 2 kids, Jamie and Cody, couldn't be here today, but we as a family are so grateful to you, Miriam, for all the hard work you did raising Armida. She is the perfect dog, and she's just been a great addition to our family, and we are also very honored to help kind of shepherd her through the breeding program, and honored to be a part of this community now. This is our first time going through this process. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience so far, and just, again, honored to be a part of the program and to help her, create some really amazing puppies that are going to help some really amazing people. So thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. Next up, we will introduce Ginseng, a male black Labrador Retriever raised by Jaime and Luisa Becerra from Salt Lake City, Utah, and Kaylee Nofi of West Valley, Utah, as well. And I should mention, Ginseng is the proud father of a litter of puppies that are a couple weeks old in our puppy center right now, that are currently being cared for by our Canine Welfare Neonatal team and our vet team. So we're very excited already for his contributions to our program. Do you want to say something? No? Would you like to say anything? Yeah.
We just want to say we're very grateful we got this opportunity. He's our first dog we raised, trained. It's very sad to say goodbye, but we think he'll be, he'll bring a lot of joy and his puppies to everyone else, and a lot of help, I'm sure. Sorry, he's very active and very heavy. But thank you for this opportunity. We're very grateful.
Thank you guys so much. Again, thank you to our breeder custodians and our puppy raisers. We're so, so excited about Armida and Ginseng and the next generation of guide dogs. That's what we're here for. All right, I get to pass the mic to Jessica Shockley, who gets to present our guide dog teams. Are we switching out?
All right, I had a little mic switcheroo situation. All right, again, yes, hi, I'm Jessica Shockley. I am one of the instructors in class. I worked alongside Marlis Burkhardt and Alexis Ballman, and of course our supervisor, Darren, to work with this wonderful group of clients. It was really a pleasure to be with all of you. Don't make me cry today. I see you, I'm looking at you. All right, first up, I'm going to introduce Delshawn Davis of Richmond, California. He received Nassau, a male black brindle Labrador Retriever. He was raised by Grace and Ed Ehrman of Oracle, Arizona, who are here today, as well as Barry and Linda Moore of Tucson, Arizona. And it sounds like Grace will have some words to share from them. NASA is Delshawn's first guide. His hobbies include reading books, playing video games, including Dungeons and Dragons with his friends. And he is very much looking forward to going on many adventures with NASA by his side. Here you go.
Delshawn, and I heard about guide dogs at a pretty early age, and ever since was really interested in getting one, and worked really hard at my O&M just so that I could be here today and be graduating, and clearly it paid off. I'd like to thank the GDB staff for always, being so kind and supportive during this process, and NASA's puppy raisers for doing a great job, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Grace Ehrman, and my husband and I have raised 17 puppies for Guide Dogs for the Blind. And we have enjoyed raising Nassau. We decided a while ago not to raise any more, but we had a breeder, and she graduated into the breeding colony. And when she had her litter, I said, I have to have one of those puppies. So Nassau was the pick. He was the only brindle, black lab, in the litter. The others were female, 3 female yellows and 1 yellow male. He was and is a wonderful, wonderful dog. He has personality. He is loving. He likes nothing more than to climb on my lap when I'm sitting in a chair. He knows not to get on the couch, but if I'm sitting in a chair, he thinks it's okay. There were 4 of us, Linda and Barry, who couldn't be here today. They lived near us, and our puppy raising group was down in Tucson, which is a good 45, 50-minute drive for us. So Linda and Barry and Ed and I spent most of our times together. Linda and Barry were great hikers, and they took Nassau on many, many hikes up into the mountains. And he's had his experiences. He's been with them to Flagstaff. He's been on mountaintops. He's been down in Tucson in the canyons, and has had his adventures so far. Well, we know he's going to have a lot more adventures with Deshawn. So I have a little letter from Linda and Barry to Nassau. Let me just open it and I can read it. Hopefully I can read it without crying.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. It says, "Dear Nassau, you've had some time with Deshawn by yourself. Already he knows he can expect you to guide him wherever he needs to go. He also knows that you will be a steadfast companion. Being able to serve in both of these capacities is part of what makes him so gifted and talented. A quick study learner who acquired skills easily. You entered our lives determined to be in the driver's seat from the time you were a small puppy. Today, many months later, you have the opportunity to enlighten Deshawn about your 1.5 years with us. What do you remember? We reminisce about how you tackled every challenge with enthusiasm and thrived on making your own decisions. How confidently you took learning and applied to the real-world situations. How you set extremely high expectations for us handlers. Nassau, what do you remember about your puppy days with us? Perhaps trekking on all those Arizona trails. Perhaps all travel to new and different places. Perhaps all the sage wisdom and mentoring provided by Linda's hearing service dog. Linda is hearing impaired, but took on the challenge of raising a dog for the visually impaired.
She goes on and says, whatever you recall about the first 1.5 years of your life with us, as you step into your new role, know that we will always be at the other end of the leash, supporting and encouraging your work. Love, Linda and Barry.
On the screen, there is a photo of Nassau when he was a puppy. He's sitting on a reddish stone wall in his green puppy vest, looking ahead into his future, I imagine. He's in front of an architectural reddish stone ruins with the hills in the background. All right. Next up, we have Beth Deer of, I didn't ask you how to say this, Ponoka? Yay, Alberta. She is receiving her second guide, Churro, a male yellow Labrador Retriever. He was raised by Jennifer Bauer of Las Vegas, Nevada, and Delana Leiter of Las Vegas, Nevada. Beth is originally from England, which you'll hear in her accent we all love. But now, as a dual citizen, she lives in Canada. She is excited to introduce Churro to her husband, 2 kids, a dog, Jake, a cat, Georgie, and when she gets home. Churro will also be accompanying on Beth to her trip to England in the August and everywhere else, because if she can't bring her guide dog, she won't go. Churro will also be joining Beth as she goes back to work for the accessible Canadian TV channel, and one day Beth would love nothing more than to someday work for GDB.
Thank you. Can I have the standing? Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you. I'm being a diva. I'm using the mic stand. A good accessible hack for anyone that uses VoiceOver: have an AirPod in and then your phone can read your speech to you. Since my first contact with GDB back in February of 2017, I have never looked back. They are a charity in every sense of the word. Even after doing my research on other guide dog schools, I just haven't found any that offer the amazing support that GDB does. Most people get up here and talk about how amazing the last 2 weeks have been, and I will be getting there because how could I not? But first, I would like to share something different, the story of my first guide dog, Patronus. I was 19 when I received a big male Labrador, black male Labrador, with piercing amber eyes from the Oregon campus. Patronus was my guide for 5 years before he was retired, and my goodness, he loved to work. Our bond became so seamless that I could tell him I needed the bathroom and he would find me one. He was flawless. Unfortunately, back in April of 2023, Patronus became very sick very quickly. This led to him having part of his lung removed and later on the lining around his heart. Now, Patronus gained another 1.5 years with me because of the Veterinary Financial Assistance Program that GDB offers. From the day we rushed him to the emergency vets to the day that Dr. Erin Madden, one of the GDB vets, said to me, "Things are trending down, but if you want more time to make this decision, take it. The next one you're going to make is permanent, and you know him better than any of us." They've supported us at all hours of the day, every day of the week when needed. Thanks to the Veterinary Financial Assistance Program that GDB offers, Patronus was able to fight as hard as he could and arguably had better healthcare coverage than most humans ever do. The donations made to GDB don't just go towards the fresh guide dogs that you see here today. They go to the girl crying into her black Labrador while she thanks him for everything he's done for her and all the adventures that he's accompanied her on, and all the confidence he's given her. After Patronus passed, my husband said it best. Every dog has the ability to change someone's life, but not every dog has the ability to give someone their life back, and these dogs do. My field manager, Jamie, called me back in February, the day after Patronus died, to offer her condolences. She said to me that things were going to suck for a while, and she was not wrong. But I truly believe that the hard times are made so hard so that the good times can feel like this. Today I'm standing here with my second guide dog, a lovely, goofy, yellow Labrador called Churro, who I cannot wait to introduce to my husband and 2 little kids. GDB is this amazing grey area where family and professionalism seems to coexist perfectly. Whether you're a staff member, a client, or a volunteer, we all have something that brings us together, a love for dogs and a want to see everyone at GDB succeed. I have quite a few thank yous to make. As you all know, raising one of these sweet puppies really does take a village, but getting them to the point where they're close to graduating getting them to where they're ready to graduate takes a few people short of a city. Whether it's the people that help birth the puppies, the staff or clients loading them into the puppy truck, if we're lucky enough, we got to do it twice. The puppy raisers that fill them with love, effort, and kindness until the day they get recalled to one of the 2 campuses. Then the trainers that love them like they are their own until they meet their perfect match, whether they become a breeder, canine buddy, career change, or of course, a guide dog. It takes a crazy amount of people to get them there. These past 2 weeks, I have had the privilege of making several new friends, having many laughs, and relearning so many things that I had obviously forgotten. I'm excited to go home and see my children and my husband, but I am not looking forward to cooking for myself again. While you are in class, everything that is offered to you is exceptional. The food, the care that housekeeping takes, tidying up your room every day, the company of the nursing staff and residential assistants, and of course, the one-on-one time that you spend with your trainers. I was lucky enough to have Marlis as my trainer, and I could not have hoped for more. She was fantastic, and I feel so grateful that I was able to work with her. I also can't forget to mention Darren, who was our class supervisor and stepped in on several occasions, whether it be to work one-on-one with us or to step in for one of the trainers. A really interesting accessible feature that Darren brought to our class was his audible shoes. We could hear him anywhere. Yeah, they were extremely squeaky. He's not wearing them today, though, unfortunately. I also need to thank my husband, Cody, for holding things down at home. Staying home for 2 weeks by yourself with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old is definitely not easy. I also want to say a very special thank you to Eric, who's one of the chefs here at GDB. He is a dessert extraordinaire, and he made churros for the first time ever and absolutely smashed it. They were phenomenal. Lastly, I want to thank Dee and Jennifer for co-raising Churro. If it was not for puppy raisers like yourselves, blind people like myself would not have the freedom that these dogs give us. So thank you both so much.
I'm Delana, and this is Jen standing right next to me. And Churro is the second dog we have co-raised. Churro is a sweet, smart boy with a little bit goofiness. I had to laugh at one of his pup dates. It said he throws himself a party at the end of every route. I can see this. One of his favorite things to do is to put as many toys in his mouth and come over to show me with a full body wiggle. I would say sometimes I'd seen that one before, and he would go pick up different ones to come show me. One of my favorite memories is when our PFM Gail brought Churro to us to the Las Vegas airport. She opened up his travel carrier. Hold on, let's see. She opened up his travel carrier. He took up the whole carrier because he was such a big puppy.
Roll.
I have a picture with Jen and I holding him in the airport. One of the ladies in our group commented and said it looked like he's had one too many churros. I'm glad I had the opportunity to be part of Churro's journey, and I can't wait to hear all about the adventures Beth and Churro will go on. Our club, the Las Vegas Guide Dog Puppy Raisers, will be sponsoring Churro's harness today.
Well, I think they pretty much said it all, but I just want to say how proud I am of Churro. And yes, it's me and Delana's second dog, and both of them have passed, so that's a pretty big honor. But we are very proud of Churro, and yes, he knows what a good time is, but when it's time to work, he loves to work, and he never runs out of energy. And his best friend, this is just one little thing. So I have a personal dog. He's 11 pounds, and he's deaf. That's his best friend. They did everything together, drank from the same water bowl, chewed on the same bone. If he laid down, he went in his stomach. They were inseparable. And when I came today, my dog at home lays on my shoes, and that's exactly where he went for. He could smell his little buddy, so. But we love you, Churro.
All right, I'm still recovering from that emotional roller coaster. Thanks, Beth. Bringing tears to my face. All right, so next up we have Rachel Schroeder of Springfield, Illinois. She received her 4th guide dog, Bilbo, a male black Labrador retriever. He was raised by Adriana Damiani? Yeah, you'll have to repeat that. Of Marina Del Rey, California. Rachel lives with her 10-year-old daughter, who I quote, said Rachel could only leave if she brings a dog back. For graduation, it's happening. You can tell her the good news in case she's wondering. Rachel works as an assistive technology specialist at Illinois' Assistive Technology Program and is looking forward to having a travel companion on her work trips to Florida to see her family.
Thank you so much, Jessica and GDB. And Delaney, can I come home now? I think she's watching the stream, so you better be ready to welcome Bilbo and me home tomorrow, baby girl. I want to thank
the Dr. Scholl Foundation for sponsoring Bilbo and me. I understand they've been doing this for quite some time, since like 1990. So I can't thank them enough for their dedication to the mission of GDB, because as we hear today, we've got, independence back, with our new guides. Bilbo is actually my 5th guide. That's okay.
Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. But who's counting, right? They're all special. My retired guide from GDB, Kiona, is at home. And Delaney's been taking care of her. So a real big thank you to Delaney for taking care of Kiona while we've been gone. And thanks to Lynn for taking care of Delaney. It's pretty tough to leave your kid and come here for 2 weeks, but I tell you, the staff at GDB has just made it so pleasant and so incredible. I know I'm going to forget some people, but thank you to Jessica, who worked alongside me, and Alexis, who hopefully we were a good class for your apprenticeship. But I can't wait to see all that Alexis accomplishes with GDB. And Jessica, she and I just worked so well together. I don't know, we understood each other. And I don't know, we were kind of the same way, I guess, kind of that informal professionalism, which I so love. That's kind of what I do with the people I work with. So I understood Jessica. Got a chance to work with Marlis a little bit here and there. And Darren, of course, and Kareth, who filled in for a little bit when Jessica was unavailable. And so it was great to be able to work with her as well. The residential staff, stellar. I'm really afraid to start naming names, but I just want to say a very big thank you to all of you. You made things so comfortable. None of us really want to leave. We kind of want to hang out and just hang out with our dogs and, not have to go back to reality. But the fact that you guys made it so comfortable was just, we appreciate that. The kitchen staff has already been mentioned. I don't want to have to go back home and cook either. And I think what we need to do, and we've said this numerous times, they need to come up with a cookbook, because all the stuff that they made was just so amazing. I would love to attempt, probably a failed attempt, but to recreate some of the things that they made at home. So, thank you so much. I will never forget Eric's whistling in the kitchen, and that was awesome as well. Nursing staff, also great, always friendly and helpful. And of course, just all the resident staff that took care of the rooms, always made sure that we had clean towels and coffee and, the essentials, right? So much appreciated to everybody here. I also, in addition to the Dr. Scholl Foundation, the Lions Club, which I belong to in Springfield, Illinois, the Springfield Noon Lions Club also made a donation because I was coming here to train with Bilbo. So thank you to the Springfield Noon Lions Club for making a donation to GDB. Thank you. And I have to say that I've been so blessed by, not only just having wonderful dogs by my side that guide me through life. There's nothing like picking up the harness, whether it's the first time or the first time with a new guide. It's just a freedom that is undescribable. You guide dog users out there know what I'm talking about. And there's no way to
put into words and thank GDB enough for what they've done for me and for all my fellow classmates, graduates here today. But the people that started this whole process out are the puppy raisers. And we certainly wouldn't be standing here today without their hard work. I've always said I've been very blessed to maintain a friendship and relationship with all of the puppy raisers of my dogs. And they've all actually sent their well wishes for mine and Bilbo's journey together. But the puppy raisers have the most difficult job, one of the most difficult jobs, because you get these puppies and you have to start them off on their journey and teach them all the things that they need to know before they go into training. And it's a lot of dedication and a lot of time commitment. And I can't thank my puppy raiser, Bilbo's puppy raiser, and all of the puppy raisers enough for what you do to start our dogs on this journey. There's no words. So thank you so much, Adriana. Welcome to the family. We're related by dog now. Thank you. And thank you. I really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's such a joy to see Bilbo and Rachel graduating together today. From the very first day Bilbo came into my life as a bouncy black lab, I could tell he was something special. Even as a pup, he had this incredible drive to help. I remember during our training session, he would watch Dreamer, a retired guide dog in our club, with such a focus. Bilbo was always eager to follow her lead, and it was always clear that he was learning very fast. Bilbo has always been a people's dog. His warmth and friendliness light up every room he enters, and he has a knack for making everyone around him smile. That's why I'm so thrilled he found such a wonderful partner in Rachel. Today, my heart is full of pride as I watch Bilbo graduate and start his new adventure with Rachel. Knowing that he's joining a family with a kid and with pets makes me feel so happy. He has found his place in this world, and he will bring joy and love wherever he goes. Rachel, I wish you and Bilbo the best as you embark in this journey together. As Helen Keller once said, the best and most beautiful things in this world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. I truly believe the bond that you and Bilbo will develop is one of such of those beautiful things. A heartfelt thank you to both my former club, LA Southwest, and my current club, Redondo Beach, for all your support and guidance, and for donating Bilbo's harness. Thank you to every volunteer who helped Bilbo become a guide dog. Congratulations to both of you, Rachel and Bilbo. Here's to a future filled for wonderful moments and cherished memories.
Alrighty, last but definitely not least is Marcella, aka Marcy Wilroy of Rockport, Missouri, a fellow Missourian with me. We bonded a lot over that during class. She received her second guide dog, Andrew, a male yellow Labrador Retriever raised by Gary Brosey of Yorba Linda, California. And since the labs are already starting, I feel it important to illustrate what has walked up next to me. We have Marcy here, who strutted her way to the stage here in her pink flamingo slippers. Woo! She wore them this morning to discussion and just loved them, and she asked if she should wear this in the afternoon, and I was like, you would be your authentic self if you wore those slippers. I'm very proud of her. All right, Marcy is excited to head back home to her 3 kids 14-year-old and 16-year-old daughters, and a 26-year-old son with her partner Kevin in Rockport, Missouri. She's not sure who snores louder yet, Andrew or her partner Kevin. It might be a little battle once they get home for the shining gold in that snoring contest. She is looking forward to taking Andrew to work with her at Peru College and bringing him hiking, camping, kayaking, you name it. She's out there having a good time in the wild. All right, here she is.
Thank you. I know everybody says that they have the brightest and best dog, but I'm going to let you in on a secret. Don't tell everybody. But it's Andrew. He is such a sweet, mellow boy. He's more than happy to lay a nap and snore very loudly at my feet, or get up and move and groove when it's time to go to work or have some fun out on the trails. We've already had some fun on the trail. Hi, buddy. And we're looking forward to making all sorts of friends at the college. I'm sure everybody at home is also looking forward to meeting Andrew. Okay, maybe not my cats. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, wait, what? Another one? Now to the hard part.
You can do it. I believe in you. Go, Mom. Go, Mom.
GTB has made such an impact on my life with both Weldon, my previous guide, and with Andrew already. My life would be completely different without your guys' help and assistance in getting us together. I'm just glad I'm not following Beth. The thanks that I want to say to the puppy raiser is just not enough. There's not enough words. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, but that's not enough. It's from my whole heart. I say thank you to both you as well as GBB. Thank you guys so much.
Well, I made a mistake. I didn't write down anything because I thought I could handle it, but now that I see everybody, I thought I should have typed it out. But Andrew was the perfect dog.
Quite a pedestal there.
From the day I got him, he was the perfect dog. But I was a little nervous because even at 10 weeks, he never walked past me. He was in perfect heel position from day one. So I was a little concerned about that because I kind of wanted him right here, hoping that he would actually guide somebody. But he was like, no, that's too far to walk. And if you look at his eyebrows, he always had that sad look. And I would be like, no, he's not sad. But he was so cute, and people would stop me wherever I went. I always wanted to pet him, always wanted to touch him because he was so cute, and so it was just the way it was, and he always had that sad look. He even has a sad look now, but it's like,
That bad, I promise.
well, he's going to Missouri. He'll be 4 hours from my first dog, who is in South Dakota, who hates me because it's 2 below zero. So, but I hear he gets to experience snow, which he's never experienced snow in Southern California. So that'll be good for Andrew. He's just, he snored, but I didn't realize he snored that bad. And I wasn't going to tell you, but I've already warned Marcy, because he likes golf and he likes tennis, so on TV. So I watch a lot of golf and tennis on TV, and Andrew will bring toys over and poke you with them, and then if you don't respond, he'll just stack them on your arm. So he'll just keep bringing one over until you finally give up and say, fine, I'll play. And she's discovered fetch, so sometimes I would just heave the toy over my couches into the dining room, hoping that he would go get him, and then he'll come back and he would stack them up again on my arm. So I wanted him to be a breeder. Actually, I wanted him to be career changed so I could have a puppy. Sorry. But I couldn't do it because obviously that's not why I'm in the business. But when you have the perfect dog, it was like everybody would tell him he has a cold, or tell him he has a problem, allergy. Tell him he has an allergy so you can keep him as a pet. I mean, to the point even my son wants a lab. But I said, if you get a lab, yeah, it's not going to be Andrew. No. So it is. And of course, just like Tahoe, I was concerned who you were going to match him with because, of course, he's my baby. So I was like, I hope it's a good one. And Marcy's fabulous. And we've talked about putting squeakers in her shoes so that it would be a combination chew toy and slippers for Marcy. And even get Andrew some slippers. Maybe that would be really cute. I do want to thank my club, which, I could go, I was actually thinking I'll name them all, but I'll be here all day. But I did want to thank Frank Frand, who, from what I understand, donated the harness. So I don't know how all that works, but it is fabulous that there are clubs, there are people out there that raise money in different events to provide these harnesses, which I guess aren't cheap from what I'm understanding. So, and I'll stay in contact and probably send, because he's going to be 3 soon, so you might get a toy in the mail. I did bring Andrew's favorite toy with me, just so he has his favorite pool toy and chew toy, and warned her about the teeth. But anyway, thank you, GDB. It's been a great experience. I'm on my 3rd puppy, and he's also fabulous, so I'm hoping to go 3 for 3.
All right, thank you all. It was a pleasure to work with all of you in class. And next up, I think we're doing a demonstration. Hold on.
Thank you. My name is Darren. I am the training class supervisor for this group of dogs. And before we get started with the training demonstration, I just wanted to address the class and say one more time how much of a pleasure it's been to watch you guys grow with your guides and in your confidence in yourselves. And we spoke earlier today, this isn't the end, right? This is just the beginning of your partnership, and you've got that transition heading home. So keep it up. We are only a phone call away if you need anything. So thank you for all of your time and effort over the last 2 weeks. Congrats. All right, let's have some fun, shall we? Who here knows what, show of hands, clicker training is? Yeah? All right. I have, dangling from my hand, a clicker, and it makes noise. So those of you in the front row, if you've ever been to like a marine mammal show where like the dolphin jumps out of the water and makes a big splash, right? They call it the splash zone. I'm going to call this the kibble zone, the first 2 rows. There's going to be some clicking going on, and Jessica here is going to demonstrate how we teach our dogs what the clicker means, okay? Makes a noise, right? And that noise indicates that a behavior has happened. It is a precise marker of when a food reward should be delivered. We're going to start by just warming Vector up. This is a black lab male in training. His name is Vector.
A good boy.
A wonderful boy. And we're going to start with a hand target. And what Jessica is doing is just teaching him that little boop of the hand that he's doing is the desired behavior, okay? And so with several repetitions of that, the dog really gets into the game, and that hand target can then be translated to an object that we want the dog to target. In this case, it's the chair. Now you can tell Jessica's not really giving a lot of verbal encouragement or any cue words or anything right now. This is just all the precise moment and the power of the clicker and teaching the dog that the moment they touch the hand, they get a food reward. He's super into this game, isn't he? Now you can tell Jessica hasn't even picked up the harness handle yet or given him a forward cue. we really want to see if this dog can anticipate going towards the intended target, the chair here, on his own, and that tells us that he's ready to progress to the next step. Clicker training is really just building a chain of behaviors. Each step is going to get incrementally more difficult, and we are going to raise the criteria a little bit in order for him to target that chair. We do this a lot in class as well, so everybody in class who has, yeah, see, I told you, it's the kibble zone, right? Everybody's getting excited. All of our class clients learn the basics of clicker training while they're here with us and can take this opportunity to translate the behaviors to their home area, whether that's targeting a specific door, a pathway, or an APS signal, a trash can, all of those things. And as you can see, Jessica took a seat in the chair. That makes it more meaningful and makes sure that Vector knows that he did the right thing. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Vector. All right, I'm going to pass it off to Laura Peabody Park for some closing remarks.
Thank you, Darren and Jessica and Vector. And thanks to all of you for joining us today. If you are interested in volunteering or joining our staff, or if you know anyone who would benefit from our services, please visit us online at guidedogs.com. And if you would like to make a donation to support our mission, you can text to donate. You text the word partnerships to 50155. Now, for those of you joining us from home on the live stream, we hope to see you again soon. And for those of you who are here in person, please join us for refreshments next door. We'd like to thank Grace and Ed Ehrman for sponsoring Nassau's harness and one additional harness, as well as a post-graduation lunch for puppy raisers, graduating teams, and their families. And don't forget the gift shop. It's open at the top of campus for all of you who might be interested in checking out our lovely array of clothes and gifts and those all-important dog toys. And thank you again for joining us, and congratulations to our breeders and grads.